The purpose of this tutorial is to review how to cite your sources using EasyBib for your Israeli-Palestinian project. From the library's website, you're going to want to scroll down a little bit and click on the Social Studies button. Once you get to the first screen, you're going to go to Explorers, and this page, the left-hand side of the page, has all the sources you'll need to complete your research for your Arab-Israeli conflict research. Notice that it's already divided into the 3 different topics that you are choosing from: history, resources, and current events. We're going to start with history, and right below the topics are the databases that you will find that will help you find information to answer your questions. We're going to start with History Facts on File. History Facts on File has been completely revamped since we did this last, and it has some really nice features. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on History Facts on File, and notice that there's 3 different types of history databases: American, Ancient, or Modern World History. Since we're talking about Israeli history, the modern history, I'm going to click on the Modern World History database. And then remembering to search for this less is more, I'm going to just type in Israel or Israel into my search bar and click on the magnifying glass. And here are the different topics. Here's a whole article just on Israeli and the Palestinians, Israel and the Palestinians, which seems like it could be just perfect for what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to click on that article. It highlights the word Israel because that's my search criteria. I don't really like the highlighting, so I'm going to turn it off. All right, after reviewing this article, I am convinced that there's lots of information in here that will be very helpful to my argument. Therefore, I'm going to cite my source. Notice that right here on the very top bar, there's a whole category just for citations. Click on Citations, and we use MLA here at Crest Hill, and check this out. All you have to do is click on Export to EasyBib, and dang, it'll open up EasyBib in a new tab, and it'll cite your source. All right? So I am going to go ahead and click on Create Citation. Now at this point, you're going to want to make sure that you go ahead and log in to EasyBib. And remember to sign in with the red Sign In with Google button. And if you're on a Chromebook, you're already signed in. Let's see if it maintained that. So here's the new project that I just created today. And in that project, there is the citation. Isn't that slick? So I've noticed, though, that this project that it created has the wrong name. So I want to change the name of that project. And you can do that just by going right back to where you were. Just click on Edit and change the name of the project so that it's your last name, first initial, middle initial, the class period that you have social studies, and then your topic, Israeli history. Okay, you don't need to fill out any of that. We use MLA, then I click on Save. So dang, I already have a whole source cited. Then I'm going to go back and extract all the information I can from this article that's helpful to my research. All right, so the next thing I want to go over is how to cite a website. Okay, so let's go to the to one of these websites that are linked right here. We'll try the Arab-Israeli conflict from Medea. Click on that link. It'll open up the website, and the first thing you're going to do is try to find information that answers some of your questions, that tells you about the history of the Arab-Israeli conflict. Okay, so I am going to Arab boycott. How about Palestinians, workers, peace process chronology. Okay, that's what I want to try to find some information from. Okay, so I read through the article and I find out, wow, there's lots of good information here for me. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to cite my source. In order to do that, I'm going to copy the URL. So I copy the URL, I go back to my EasyBib, I'm creating a citation for a website, so this is the one, EasyBib. I'm going to my bibliography, I'm creating a citation for my website, I paste my citation in there and I click Cite It. It says that it found some information and it didn't find some information. So I click Continue. All right, the boxes in orange, red are what I'm looking to find information for. Contributors, authors, the publisher, and then the date. Okay? Oftentimes I will not find an author. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to look to see if I can find one. If I can, I enter that information. But I know I will find a publisher because it's been published on the web. So I'm going to go back to my source. I'm going to look for an author. So I'm just scrolling down to see if I can find an author. I'm not finding an author. I'm looking down at the bottom and I don't find an author there. I don't find an author. I'm not going to worry. The next thing I have to do is find a publisher. Okay, so my guess is that Medea is the publisher. Okay, it looks like Medea is responsible for this website. It's a European Institute for Research on Mediterranean and Euro-Arab Cooperation. So that's what Medea stands for. So I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm looking for a copyright symbol, but I don't see one. I'm not seeing one. Publications, these are other publications that they have. All right, so I'm just going to assume that Medea Institute is the publisher. Okay, so I just copy that information, I go back to my EasyBib, and I paste it in here. The next thing I have to find is a date. I'm looking for a day or a month or a year that this information that I just collected is found. Okay, so for instance, this last part was found December 12th, 2007. Okay, so I go back to whichever article I am citing or finding information of, and that's the date I'm going to use. For instance, if I was taking notes about the Oslo Accords, the date would be 1993. Okay, so you're looking for the most recent date. Why don't we just use December 12th, 2007, just for this example. So December 12th, the month is December, the year is 2007. All right, at that point, I've completed my citation. I create the citation, and I'm ready to move on. All right, so it would be a good idea for everybody to create your project in EasyBib and try to find some sources where you will find answers to your questions.